Lahat na regulatory body will be given. Belong to the Philippine people. And we start dito bankrolling our central bank. And the asset na meron tayo dito na there has been reburied, we have some of na naka-establish na sa among our depositories, mga security house natin, banker natin, and 400,000 metric tons that we've got right at the board of the Central Bank of the Philippines in Quezon City. So this is the reason why I have my presence here in the Philippines. And we have the Ribari site, 176 Ribari site. Golden Lily side. So this asset bankroll the whole world. I don't own this. It's owned by all of us, all Filipinos. So we are using this, the bankroll, the monetary system of central banks like about 209 central bank are actually our recipient beneficiaries. The bankrolls, the monetary system, the monetary global reset of the central banks of central banks of the whole world. And we have practically through the bank. ECOSOC, perhaps ECOSOC in the sense that this is the embodiment of social, cultural, educational, political, the national economic development infrastructure globally. It's a full governance. Bankroll central banks of central banks using gold, diamond gems, and other minerals, platinum. Hoping that this is understood by the whole world, because this is what we have.
Sir, what is your plan for the reactivation of the original Central Bank of the Philippines?
I am ready to back up our Central Bank of the Philippines. The bank that we are using that has been chartered 1993, Banco Central ng Pilipinas. This doesn't have any capital. Make no mistake, you operate a bank and it's only OFW remittances and money that you are borrowing from other countries that is not reliable. Otherwise, all of them will take advantage of our country because we are very rich. We have the gold. And that's the major backup of all central banks of central banks all over the world. Of this gold out, we have them even all over the world. This asset, which has been inherited, I inherited this asset through the king of recognized asset nation that is owned by the whole world. But I'm the major successor heir, honor signatory, and judicial administrator for the purpose.
Why you will go to the Supreme Court of the Philippines in Manila this week?
There is a reason why we need to really strengthen and back up our judicial system, the Supreme Court of the Philippines. As I've said previous, we've been known to be a corrupt, perhaps the most unreliable juris or judicial system. It has been corrupted on previous administrations and up to today. So that was the reason why we really have to strengthen our governance, our judicial system for that purpose, for the benefit of the 108 million Filipinos.
What is the significance of the recent oath of office administered by the Supreme Court Chief Justice Lucas P. Bersamin? Please tell us the significance of that oath of office.
Well, perhaps the oath of office that has been signed by our Supreme Court Chief Justice now verify and authenticate the existence of the ancestral eminent domain of OCT 01-4. More so, that includes the asset that has been agreed by the whole world through the bilateral Minesfield breakthrough agreement, the 60-year loan proviso or provide that matures 205, which has been given a 5-year moratorium for that purpose. And it has been now renewed for another 20 years on a bilateral, unilateral agreement of the whole world to serve as backup this gold out that we have, other precious metals and gems, bankers, the monetary system of central banks of central banks.
I've been informed that the Kamjan Hay here in Baguio City is not a public land. Can you explain about that?
Again, let me make it clear. Benguet in 1903, 1904, a portion of Benguet is leased to the U.S. government. 7,500 hectares. And in 1909, Baguio City is chartered. Make no mistake, the cadastral Torrent Survey, Baguio City, which has been chartered 1909, it's only 7,418 hectares. Baguio City by itself is only tax declaration. No other title is actually holding any ownership except the ancestral eminent domain of OCT T01-4, the Hacienda Filipina Archipelago, with a derivative, the TCTs 498 and 408.
What is your message to Environmental Secretary Royce Mado about this urgent matter?
To the environmentalists, to our chairman of the DENR, administrator,
Simato.
I hope you will not be part of the cadastraling or selling the ancestral domain. I'm hoping you have to work with me, because otherwise the 108 Filipinos, 108 million Filipinos, will make sure that they'll come and castigate you for that matter or for that purpose. I'm ready, willing, and able to share these to any other homesteaders, illegal settler, even squatters. There will be no homeless, there will be no squatters, there will be no illegal settler. And that's my commitment to the Filipino people. We'll have a massive housing. There will be no mahirap, squatter, illegal settler again na Filipino.
You also emphasize that the Iglesia ni Cristo is not the true owner of the property situated in Bulacan. So, what is your message to Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, the Executive Minister of the Iglesia ni Cristo, about that matter?
Well, to my brother, Eduardo Manalo Jr., I'm hoping you still recognize me. I knew that I'm perhaps more older than you, but I knew the old man. Felix Manalo, Eduardo Manalo, and the other Manalo brothers, Santos brothers, I knew them all. I'm the one actually, because this property belonged to my ancestral domain. I hope all of you has to have a little courtesy and a little compassion and believing that we will not be part of corruption. And I'm willing to give this property to all of you, but you have to at least have my bus also. It looks like all of you have forgotten me already, and I feel appalled. It appears that you're owning majority of these properties already, and I'm hoping that one of these days you'll have the courtesy at least to tell me, the bourgeois, it's nice knowing it.
Is it also true that your father, President Ferdinand Marcos, gave 5,000 metric tons of gold to the Iglesia de Cristo administration secretly in 1976?
That I cannot actually attest if there is gold or whatever, but a major concern. We took a lot of properties already. That's my concern. I don't even care about whatever is given to you, but I knew exactly what has been given to the Iglesia de Cristo. I have all the documents.
It means that you are the absolute owner of the real estate properties occupied by the Iglesia de Cristo?
Of course.
So how can you prove that?
Everything, because from the very beginning, even your first cathedral in Quezon City,
Temple.
that temple actually,
In Commonwealth.
in Commonwealth Avenue, I was the one who decided with my father, dating back in the early 70s. Make no mistake, I knew exactly what happened. And perhaps because Felix, Eduardo Sr., they're all gone, so I have nothing.
Eranio. Yung
Eranio, yes,
Eranio. You're
Eranio.
referring to Eranio, not Eduardo.
Eranio,
Yes. So, in addition, according to our beloved pastor, Tony, the Department of Agrarian Reform is giving away your lands. Just like Duterte, even without your blessing, he is giving away your lands for free without your blessings.
Our president have all the right, being our president. But he's an intelligent man. He's a lawyer. And he's actually a jurist himself. You know, what is the significance of owning a property? You cannot just give away somebody's property. So, I'm hoping that each of us will understand each other. Of course, whatever he wishes to do, I'm ready to give him all that privilege. It's at his credit. That's my commitment to my beloved Mayor Presidente Digo.
Oh, sir, any more messages for the Filipino people in general?
In general, kagustuhan ko na lang I'll be able to share itong lupa na ito to every born Filipino. Make ang buhay ng bawat Filipino maganda, magaan. All of us will benefit what we've got. Napakayaman natin. Let it be. Pagtulungan natin ito, hindi na para sa akin at ang mga marshals natin, para sa atin lahat ito. All the mayoryang Filipino. Again, maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. With the blessings of the Jesus, God, Allah, Jehovah.
Ano po ang gagawin nyo kapag tinanggihan ng Supreme Court Justices ang inyong affidavit para sa reactivation ng original Central Bank of the Philippines? Ano po ang gagawin nyo?
Siguro naman, nag-iisip naman sila lahat. I believe that we have now the best judicial system of governance. So I'm expecting that we'll be working together for the benefit of the 108 million Filipinos and for the good of humanity.
Maraming salamat po, Haring Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Aliano Tagente Fort. Sana po ay magtagumpay kayo sa inyong adhikain para sa mamamayang mga Pilipino, hindi lang para sa panahong ito, kundi sa panahong darating.
We'll be reciting the Lemurian prayer to you.
Opo.
Rotas, Opera, Kanet, Aripo, Satur.
Opo.
All the blessings.
Sana po ay makausap na po si kapatid na Eduardo V. Manalo upang mapagkasunduan ninyo tungkol sa mga lupa na sinasabi niyo na pag-aari niyo. Dahil willing naman po kayo na bigyan ng basbas ang pamamahala ng Iglesia ni Cristo na magkaroon ng tamang titulo na galing sa inyo. Maraming salamat po at sana po ay hindi po itong huling pagkikita natin. Amen.
Aming salamat po.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Ang tatanungin mo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with His Majesty King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagente Fort. This is my first question. What is your first plan of action regarding the Central Bank of the Philippines reactivation?
The Central Bank of the Philippines have to be reactivated. This is the central bank that has capital. We have at our Quezon City security vault of the Central Bank of the Philippines 400,000 metric ton of gold. More so, we have a very large amount of money that has been escrowed to the Development Bank of the Philippines and with Land Bank and with our other commercial banks, local banks and international banks. We have so much capital. We can use it to back up through the governance of gold, our backup, insured and bonded, that will now serve as our stimulus backup of the central bank. And we're now allowed by the Bureau of the Engraving and Printing, the International Monetary Fund, and the Bureau of Printing and Engraving. More so that what we are doing today, we are actually just corrupting the process. We cannot afford to be just be printing our currency in a format of a derivative bubble fiat currency. In short, what we have right now is play money without any backup. Make no mistake, if you operate a central bank, you have to have a capital. The Banco Central that is being used today does not have any capital. Just on borrowed money from China, Russia, Japan, and the US, that will not be a reliable capital. And with a very meager amount of OFW remittances, that's not a capital of a bank or a central bank. We have to make sure that the sovereignty of the central bank of the Philippines that has been chartered back in 1949, 1950, that had and it's protected actually by a Republic Act, two Republic Act, and two presidential decree by its own sovereign right as a central bank of the Philippines. As I've said again, we have a massive capital for the central bank, and immediately we have a stimulus back up to print equivalent to like about 50 trillion US dollars in a span of a 20 to 30 year bilateral trilateral Minesfield breakthrough agreement on a 20-30 year loan proviso or provide. So let's now do what is really a proper way of banking our economy, and for the benefit of the 108 million Filipinos, there will be no difficulty for all of us. We are very rich. This country has all the resources. We have to make use of them, and all of us have to be involved. And I remain. Please choose your candidate now. Let's be and we have to work together for a good reason and for the benefit of all of us Filipinos.
Why you are related to the King Solomon's gold?
That question, of course, because I'm the heir, successor heir, sole signatory owner, and judicial administrator of the king of recognized asset nations that has been inherited through our families, through the Italiano-Tagliano family, all the way from Emperor Marcus Ulpius Trajanus Trajan of Rome. And I'm the last surviving inheritor for that purpose. But this is shared to every Filipino.
Okay, what is your message to all religious congregations?
To all religious sectarians, make no mistake, this we have all missions to everybody. It could have been Jesus, Lord God, Allah, Jehovah, Yeshua. We all belong for a purpose. We believe in him. Rotas opera tenet aripu satur.
Okay. What is your special message to Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, Executive Minister of the Iglesia ni Cristo?
To my beloved, honorable brother Eduardo Manalo Jr., hoping that your brother here, Ejam Tiburcio Villamor Marcos, Italiano Tagyan, will still be your very close ally or your friend or your brother. In God we trust.
Are you willing to convey original copies of titles to the Iglesia ni Cristo? Most especially in their property situated in Bulacan?
With all these properties that has been acquired by the Iglesia ni Cristo. Of course, because the purposes is for the good of everybody, for God's culture, for our blessings to the Almighty Jesus, Allah, Jehovah. Perhaps when it comes to business side, you have to at least also respect my rights. Who owns the hacienda or the ECOSOC, owner signatory, judicial administrator of the Hacienda Filipina Archipelago, OCT T-01-4. I'm willing to give it to all of you, but listen, let's talk business at the same time. You cannot just rub me with all this property ownership. You need me more than we need, and I need you actually.
Okay, what is your message to Brother Paul Medrano of the God's Culture? Do you have any special friendly message?
Well, my friendly message to our beloved Pastor Bishop Paul Medrano. I'm happy indeed that finally we come to meet each other. Believe me, I have all the good intentions for all of us and for the good of humanity.
So we thank you, Brother Paul, for accommodating us, for treating us well and with respect, and we appreciate that your intention to become a member of the Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program. So any more messages, Your Majesty, for the Filipino people in general?
For the Filipino people, and especially to my beloved His Excellency and my Honorable Mayor Presidente, my brother Rodrigo Digong Duterte. Take care of your health, brother, and I'm ready, willing, and able to help you for the process of being able to uplift the pride and prestige, the livelihood of every born Filipino. Believe me, brother, I'll give you that credit We have given you all the chances to lead us. Again, this is my situation right now. I'm here to make our life easier and to give the equality and dignity of every Filipino.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Majesty. We hope the best of luck for the whole world because of your philanthropic mission.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Please continue, Your Majesty.
I'm indeed happy, trying our best to make sure that our juries are proper governance, especially to our Blue Ribbon Committee and the judicial system as well. We need to have a whole accountability and transparency, especially for the benefit of the 108 million Filipinos. Perhaps I tried my best to deliver our messages to our juries, to our judicial system, for proper governance and proper adjudication of the process of our laws, transparency and accountability of the system, so that every other Filipino has the freedom of the sovereignty.
So what do you expect from the Supreme Court justices from your filing of your petition?
First and foremost, the judicial system, all the way to our record section, our Banco section at the Supreme Court, especially the ancestral domain of the Hacienda Filipina Archipelago, the eminent domain of OCT P01-4. I believe it's clear enough. Their willingness to share to every born Filipino. Land for the landless. We will cadastral torrent survey this piece of property and share it to everyone. There will be no homeless. There will be no illegal settlement. Perhaps wala na. There will be no squatting. Dito sa bayan natin. And we'll have the massive housing. Also, just is ready, willing, and able to share it to everyone. As such, we have good news here in our country. We're into a massive national economic development infrastructure and industrialization. The major recipient beneficiary will be every Filipino, every born Filipino, 108 Filipinos.
So what is your option if the Supreme Court justices fail to address your concerns for the Filipino people?
I believe the reason why I am here in our country is actually to strengthen, back up, and share with our juries, especially our judicial system, to make sure that, again, there have to be proper accountability, transparency, and proper governance. And I believe we are strong enough. Country has a beautiful sovereignty for each and every Filipino.
So what will you do just in case that your petition is ignored? Will you just be silent?
Pretty much our system could have been one of the best all over the world. Perhaps there is a big role of our Blue Ribbon Committee. And I'm referring now to our congressmen and senators. But we assembled the biggest juries or judicial group. We have as many as 14, 15, including the Supreme Court Chief Justice. I know that we have a proper governing laws, which other country does not have. And I'm believing that for the peace and prosperity of our country, we have to have proper adjudication of our process, especially our judicial mechanism. That is strength in our country.
So what is your special message to Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin?
I believe my brother, my Honorable Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin, I thank you for you to understand me personally. I will work with you in any which way. You have my full support. It's you that I depend on. I'm with you, my beloved Supreme Court Chief Justice.
Thank you very much for this wonderful interview, and I hope that you will have time for this interview. Have a nice evening, Your Majesty.
Thank you so much.